Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it's an eye for crafts. That's what's happening now, guys. Am I giving up? More on that at 9 or whenever you're listening to this. Give it like 20 minutes. Fuck it. We'll figure it out. It's me, your host, Bobby Benedict, bringing you the most in podcasts about me. Because, I mean, that's... Honestly, at this point, that's what I have. And that's all you need, really. All the podcasts that I listen to are kind of just one dude figuring stuff out. Speaking of, guys, go listen to two amazing people, Ron Funches and Dave Ross. Both of their podcasts have one person. Why not mine too? Except they usually have guests or things to talk about. Me, I got stuff. You know, I'm doing stuff, making moves. Phase 2 of reopening things post-quarantine has started in the Reno area, which is both a blessing and a curse because I can go back to the casinos. Oof. So we'll see how that goes. If you don't hear from me, it is because I have pawned all of the podcast equipment and I am now losing my house. Just kidding. Jokes! No, I honestly, I don't think that I have a gambling problem. My problem is with thinking I'm a god sometimes. It goes back to that god complex. Like, sometimes I think the world works out for me, which is both true and dangerous. So, you know, casinos are open. Luckily, not the poker rooms, or else I would be just knee deep in shit right now. Probably getting my knees broken by a guy named Stubby. But luckily, I'm here, not getting my knees broken, only down like a 100 or two. You know, went and stayed there because my lovely girlfriend has moved in now, in with me into the Petri dish household. So we are just trying to figure out where everything goes because I already had too much shit. There was also 2 other men living in a house here, so having not only 3 people here and a house full of shit, but then taking all of her stuff and fusing it with my house full of shit is now a whole ordeal. But we are making it work. She has nice things, and I am trying to make way for the nice things. There's like a china cabinet. Holy shit. I didn't know that was a thing a human should have. But now I got one. It's here. And I did that thing that Alton Brown used to do on Good Eats. It was one of my favorite things he used to do. He kind of toned it down later on, but he used to always be like, instead of doing this thing for your kitchen with these fancy bullshits, go to your local hardware store, pick some shit out. So that's what I did. I bought some pegboards and some like Craftsman railing stuff to hang pots and pans and utensils on. So I've got a dank-ass kitchen wall now that just has pots and pans hanging from the sky, and then a fuckload of like baking utensils and stuff all ready to go on pegboards. And now I feel like I can do anything. I feel like I've conquered the world because I have taken things out of a cabinet and hung them on a wall. It's the simple things, you know? I don't know. Do you guys get simple happiness? I still do frequently. Like, I spent too much time trying to chase this weird complex happiness of like inner understanding and art and creation. You know, I tried trying to back end happiness from complication. You know, the snake starts to eat its own tail. So now I'm starting to just try to find the happiness in the little shit, like hanging up all my kitchen utensils on the wall. And I wish that happiness for everybody. There's a special feeling, I think, that like when you get some shit organized for yourself, you just feel a little pressure. And I don't know what that is. Because we all live materialistic lives. Like it's impossible to escape the idea that we aren't all in some way materialistic, either in having material goods or in coveting other people's material goods. I mean, shit, we have entire TV shows dedicated to saying, isn't this house way nicer than you could ever imagine having in your life? Isn't that cool? Anyway, here's how they did it. Oh, you don't have the skills to do that? Well, fuck you anyway. You're going to watch the whole thing. And we do. And that's one of the fun things is just having things in the world full of stuff. Oh, look at you.
I missed the text. Too late to jump on?
Nah, get in here. I'm just talking about like TV shows about building shit.
Oh, like Bob the Builder?
Yeah. I have shit all over this table, so it's a fucking mess. That's still one of the things that I haven't crossed off my to-do list is set up podcast station. It's still in light construction mode. So now we got Austin figuring out where all these wires are. Oh, this one's even...
It's caught on the chair over here. The chair, can't push the chair out because there's a big old plastic crate.
Big old tote there that we're going to fill full of sleeping bags one of these days. Eventually, and we'll get...
There we go.
You can use this arm.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There we go.
Look at us doing stuff,
Yeah,
getting things done, feeling good.
Yeah, there's a nice there's a happiness from the simple things. I think.
Contentment, and just having a house. And having, stuff in it, having it like a lively house. There's something kind of worthwhile and all that,
Yeah, I used to think I enjoyed my little isolated life, just like in my apartment watching YouTube videos and then having fucking nothing. And now I'm like, it's kind of nice to like go and organize through everything and be like, cool. There's a lot of
stuff.
There's a lot of stuff, and like I feel kind of good. Like I could get rid of some stuff and still have some cool shit. Like there's no need to have like 7 spatulas. It's like 7 spatulas, like 7 or 8 whisks. Got to start downsizing one of these days. But now it's all displayed out in the world. Mm-hmm. It feels kind of cool.
It's still not safe to go back to work for you?
Nah, I mean, technically it is. Like they started doing the whole like, oh, you can show up to work, but it's mandatory to take your temperature, and you have to wear a mask in all the areas that aren't like directly your desk. And I don't trust any of those motherfuckers anyway, so I'm not going in even if everyone technically has to follow safety protocols, because they started that 2 weeks ago, and they've already had to send out like 3 different emails like, please remember to wear your mask in the public spaces. I'm like, okay, people are already not following the rules in a building that people already had confirmed cases in.
Yeah. Kind of
So
a confined
fuck
bit.
that.
How big is your office anyway?
It's
like
pretty big.
Or?
It's technically it's 2 stories, but like in separate chunks because there's like warehouse areas. So there is a second floor, but there's like 4 areas of the second floor. And the one that I'm on the second floor that only has like 8 people in it.
Yeah.
So we'd be fine, and we're kind of separated from everybody, but I still don't want to go back into work until I actually have to.
Yeah. It feels like you actually, like the whole setup, you can just kind of work from home forever almost.
I could.
At this point.
And that's the thing is most people in any office could work from home anytime.
Technically.
Yeah, it's the inefficiency of corporations thinking they need to have
People
giant
in the
buildings.
building,
Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe have a central building with meeting rooms and then have like your executive team or people that need specific equipment that you only have on that site. But like me, I stare at my computer all day.
Yeah.
They don't let me go touch the important shit. So I'm just gonna stay at home.
Yeah, it's a sweet deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. I know,
I like
for me,
it.
it would be a pretty dope thing.
I like it because it lets me have those little ADD moments in the middle of the day. Like sometimes I don't want to stare at a drawing trying to figure out what it means, and then instead I'm just gonna nail some pegboards to the wall for an hour or 2 before I get back to work.
When before it was just going to the break room and drinking more coffee or fucking with your other coworkers.
Yeah,
whoever happened to be there that day.
That was literally what we would do. Like, okay, I'm bored. We have the little fake snowballs that are actually just balls of cotton
Paper? Oh.
No, they're cotton with like a little rubber band in the middle, and we would just throw those at each other. Or I would just go to like the You go to vending machines and eat some gross shit. Garbage gas station food.
Stand in front of the vending machine.
Get some big AZ cheeseburgers.
Out of the vending machine? They have those? You
Yeah.
had those? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You had those those big corporate ones.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like-
ones that have like a Tesla and stuff.
Yeah, it's I think
It's like whatever you want, whatever you can think of. It's the closest thing to like that molecular technology and like sci-fi movies and like Star Trek. Like if you just think of the food you want, it'll appear. And it's like matter translation.
if we had replicators,
Fuck. What am I thinking of?
life would be so dope if we had replicators. Protein resequencers.
Yeah, vending machine's the best you got.
Yeah. I am a little bit afraid of protein resequencers. Like, they do already kind of have that on the spaceships that just turns your turds into food.
Oh, wow.
And I don't like it. I don't like the idea of...
Are there any videos of astronauts eating their own turds?
There's definitely ones of them drinking their own piss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
After it's gone through the protein reconfiguration or whatever?
Yeah, so, like, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, it's like they have the bathrooms that are just, like, two hoses. Mm-hmm. And then they lay their waste. However, I don't know what you would call it. It's not a bathroom.
I guess you still call it pooping in space.
They
just because it's zero gravity doesn't make it less of a turd.
They release their proteins.
Yeah.
And then it just like gets sucked. It gets vacuumed into the tube. It goes through, and then they go over to the little water machine, and they're like, yes, fresh water.
Weird.
Ooh, it is. I don't want to say it's dystopian. It's the future, but it's also...
Like, how do those astronauts know that piss isn't just going through, like, a bunch of coffee filters and just getting poured out of the little hose?
It's kind of what it is. It is. It's just like it's a series of like little screens and UV filtering and maybe some sort of like boiling, and then the steam rises up and falls down and it's water.
Purifies it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust people. I don't trust anybody that drinks their own piss, whether it's purified or not. I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you know anybody who drinks their own pee?
No, I don't talk to those people.
No, because you don't trust them? Yeah. Is that why?
I feel like all of us kind of drink piss, though, because aren't those what sewage treatment plants are? Like,
kinda, yeah.
They
little
just
bit.
churn all the shit around, and then they're just like, and this water's okay. Back to you, society.
Just filter out the bad stuff.
Yeah. I had to go to a sewage treatment plant in elementary school.
So
once.
that's how you know that?
Yeah, they did like a field trip situation. And I remember I have a gag reflex for smells. Like, I don't do well with smells like just off the bat. Like, I can...
What kind of smells, though?
Any smells. Like, moldy smells really get me.
Oh, okay.
Or just like musty off smells. Like, I'm fine with like sharp, cheesy smells.
Yeah, my balls smell.
Yeah, I'm fine with ball smell.
Yeah.
But it's weird musty smells. And when I went into the sewage treatment plant, they had the room that has all the sewage that's just like a bunch of toilet paper and shit. It was just like a big paddle. It was like a big ice cream machine stirring shit around. Mm-hmm. And they were like, and then this gets put through a series, and I couldn't pay attention because I was barfing into my jacket, hoping nobody noticed. And then I just went through the rest of the field trip with a pocket full of jacket barf.
Fuck.
And like no one noticed because everyone smelled like shit. And we all just went back to class like that was fine.
Nobody else was barfing that whole trip?
I don't know. I couldn't pay attention.
Oh, because you were too busy barfing in your jacket?
I was barfing and then trying to hide my jacket barf and just trying to like squeeze it out at opportune times just into there.
Gross.
I probably fucked up some processes like squeezing barf into like their purified tanks. I don't know. I was like 8 to 10. I don't even remember. It was Hawaii. We had to go on a lot of field trips. I don't know if it was had to or were allowed to.
Or was allowed, yeah.
Because we went to the Polynesian Cultural Center like 10 times.
I mean, how many are there on the islands?
There's just one.
Really? Just one?
There's one big Polynesian Cultural Center.
On the entire island?
Yeah.
All of them.
And it includes, like there's the New Zealand area, there's the Tahiti area, there's the Samoa area. It has all the various Polynesian and Pacific Islander nations represented. Mm-hmm. And we would just go there. We would just go learn all the same shit over again. Because it's a tour. You go to every single one. It's the same every time. It's like,
they just can't swap the names of the group. That's been, culturally genocided or fucking usurped by white people.
It's not. It's just the same.
Yeah.
And it's people of that culture presenting it in the traditional fashion. So, like we go to one of the Hawaiian areas, dude just climbs a tree, cracks a coconut with his bare hands, which is really cool to see.
Then you go to the Tahiti one, and it's the same thing, but instead of using his hands, he uses his feet or something. Does like a heel kick on it.
Then we go to like New Zealand, and the guys do like the haka and show you how cool they are.
And then write a quirky movie about a fat kid and his stepdad getting lost in the woods.
Yeah. And then you actually have to help chase them down, and that's the rest of the experience is you hunting for some wilder people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck, Hawaii was weird. I remember there was one where we went to a taro plantation.
For the roots? Like a root vegetable taros?
Yeah, we went and we just made our own poi.
They have plantations in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Fuck. Who were the slaves?
Whoever the Dole plantation people wanted to whip that day.
Okay, so the natives.
Mostly Hawaiian people,
Native Hawaiians, okay.
Yeah. Dole plantation still has like a huge swath of farmland there. And all the Hawaiians that work there are always just like, yes, this is a great place. Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah.
There's a little maze, like a pineapple maze. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It was all very...
There's like a museum like on that plantation too or something?
Kind of. It's just like back in 1950 whatever,
Yeah.
Dole totally didn't genocide a bunch of people to claim this patch of land. It was like an old guy in a southern plantation outfit with a little bow tie with a cane, just like looking out onto his farmland that he totally built himself.
Yeah. Instead of red suspenders, it's like bananas on it or something. Bananas on his suspenders.
He actually just has he has a belt made of bananas, and that's just how he holds his pants up. Fucking Hawaii is crazy.
What are the names of those donuts that they make there? Those like pastries.
Malasadas?
Is that what they are? Yeah.
Those are the ones that I like.
It's like they're stuffed, right? Is that right? Or,
yeah. You can have plain ones. You can also have ones that are pretty much just filled with pudding. They're so
I
tasty.
think it's the plain ones have like cinnamon sugar or something on them, maybe.
They're so fucking good. I miss a good malasada. They were so chewy. God, pastries are dank. I went down a pastry hole on YouTube, and I've never heard of this guy, but apparently he's another British celebrity chef named Paul Hollywood.
What?
And he's British, which fucking throws me off because I see this guy and he's called Paul Hollywood, and I just expect him to have like sunglasses and be basically like a New York version of Guy Fieri, just like giving people finger guns and being like, "Hey." I don't know why I make him New York, even though his name is Hollywood, but it's even weirder that he's fucking British.
He's British,
and he was just walking into random pastry shops in various countries being like, "Ooh, can I see how this is made?" And then he's just going into the kitchen, not speaking their language and touching all their shit.
Oh, really?
It's really
so
funny.
it goes like around the world. It's different than whatever the Guy Fieri's thing is. He's actually like hitting up international spots.
Yeah, and I watched this one. There's a pastry that I'd never heard of. It's just called baba, and it's like the spongy brioche-like bread, but then they soak it in a sugar rum situation. And this is a thing I haven't seen in pastries before. They have this nice, like, giant puffed-up cupcake-looking thing, but then they soak it in the rum and the sugar, and then they just squeeze it out like a sponge with their hands.
Wait, so they fill it up with liquid and then squeeze it out and then wring it dry?
Just wring it dry. And the Italian guys there were like very specific. Like, you just squeeze it down only this much. Not like flat, just like this much so it retains its like texture and everything. It was fucking weird. I didn't know that there were people that are just wringing out fucking pastries like that's a technique you should have. But now I know. Now I know it's not wrong if I ever do it, because I would feel weird if I made a fucking sponge cake and then I was immediately like whipping it around at people's asses like a towel, like. But apparently you're allowed to.
It's weird.
Like tres leche cake makes sense to me, because then they just soak it.
Yeah,
that's
soaked.
it.
Yeah.
They don't fucking.
The cake itself is made from like condensed milk already.
Yeah, they don't fucking
milk cake.
squish it out.
Or like one of your milk breads.
Oh,
It's
fuck
like
yeah.
super sweet.
I want some sweet ass cakes now.
I'm also thinking of like Guy Fieri and like an international like type show. Like it's just diners, drive-ins, and dines, but for like it's like just like in Southeast Asia or some shit.
He's just looking for
just
any drive-in.
I mean, the concept of Guy Fieri to anybody who isn't like American must be like so wild.
There has to. I guess his brand is so uniquely American, it would be really hard to sell it. But I want to see it. Like Anthony Bourdain left a cultural hole that I think he needs to fill.
Yeah. Like if he goes to like Myanmar or something like that, they probably think like, oh, this is just what Hollywood, this is what like a big Hollywood producer looks like.
Just the idea, because the way he eats is also so American, to just like grab whatever fat sandwich that they have at any place, and then just like in their kitchen, just like, he's always so. He's just breathing hot into their fucking faces, and he's just in some third world country.
Yeah, the show's just like eating like raw octopus.
Or he's just scooping like fistfuls of whatever food they have out of their container and just
fried beetles or
putting
something.
it in his craw, taking spongy Italian things and squeezing sugar syrup into his mouth.
Or whatever weird combination of foods that we're familiar with, but just like is like some kind of like regional treat, like on that side of the world, you know?
He's
Like,
just
try these yogurt and tomatoes.
constantly asking for ranch.
No idea what the fuck ranches do they? This is like the only like ranch is like a very uniquely American condiment, huh?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a ranch dressing in like other places, right?
I've actually never thought about that. Ranch is American, I think. If anyone thinks we're wrong, call in at 775-391-0679. Tell us what you think the origins of ranch are. But I'm pretty sure it was a bunch of Americans being like, well, we got dairy products.
Yeah, buttermilk
we have
and
like
shit.
dill, so let's fucking do this. Fuck. You know what? I think I'm going to get more into ranch now. Ranch and ketchup. I guess Heinz is already on that. They're mixing that shit right now.
They've been doing that,
Yeah.
for like a while.
Ranch up? Is that what they have that?
No.
I know they have mayo chup. Or is that the other people that are doing that
Well,
one?
if it's ketchup and ranch, it's going to be called cranch.
Cranch, that's right.
If it's ketchup, did they do ketchup? It's ketchup and mayo, I think, and
Yeah.
mayo and mustard already. Like they basically got like the entire spectrum from those three primary condiments. You know,
I mean, it's
like a color wheel. It's like you just mix and match them together till you get some new kind of looking dark brown, like kind of mush. Call it a secret sauce.
I need to
Throw it on a hamburger.
I need to start trying to create my own condiment confectionaries now. You know, just like I'm gonna mix A1 steak sauce and honey. No, that would be bad. Soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce.
I mean, A1's already pretty sweet.
It's because it's, what is it? Is it tamarind? I think is the secret to like all the steak sauces and barbecue sauces.
Yeah, it's some kind of like citrus, right?
I don't know. I'm bad at fucking sauces.
That's what that is, right? Tamarind.
Yeah. Or it's what is it? It's like a pod. It's like a there's not, I don't really know what to compare it to. Cuz there's those not legumes, but it's like there's a seed inside, there's like an outside part, and then there's a husky like an outside husk part.
Okay.
So you like crack it open, and then there's the shit, and then there's a seed in the middle, maybe like dates.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Fucking.
It could be just like a new word that just sounds familiar. I might just be confusing with tangelos or something.
Ah, yes, tangelos are pretty good, which are just
Tiny oranges.
tan and jello mixed together. It's
I can't
jello
look it
but
up.
tan.
Tamarind.
Yeah, tamarind is. I think I've eaten it plain before. I don't know because honestly, I can't keep track of all the fucking shit I've put in my mouth. But I'm pretty sure tamarind is like a weird. It looks like a peanut but long and
Yeah.
darker.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
a brown pea pod.
And then the inside has like coffee beans in it, but the coffee beans are surrounded by tamarind. And it's
So tamarind is just the stuff that's coating the seeds, and it's the stuff
Yeah.
in between,
yeah.
like the shell and the seed.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
That makes sense, actually.
I wonder if it's in the droop family because that's the shit that I'm allergic to now, which pisses me off.
Oh, what else is in the droop family?
Droops, almonds are a droop because the almond is actually the pit of the actual rest of the fruit. Mangoes because they have a big pit in the middle.
Whoa.
Mangoes, lychee fucking broke my heart. I love eating lychee.
I had lychee.
Yeah, and then and then the simple ones like cherries.
Oh, okay.
Man, I can't eat shit now. Can't eat shit, guys. It's fucking bad.
Is that just like an age thing or something?
I don't know.
You just started.
I think my body's just deteriorating. My body is giving up on me. No matter how hard I try, it's just there at any given point
the
to
fruit?
toss the
Oh.
flag in.
The droop fruit. Okay, the fruit droop.
Fruit troops.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm looking at some like the some of the fruits that kind of fall in that category is like a lot of the stuff I've never really actually had in like a long
man.
time.
Get on it. It's
Like,
so good.
Like peaches, right? Peaches are droop
yeah,
fruits.
peaches
Man,
are
it's been, like,
droops.
well over a year since I had one of those guys.
I think it was like a week after I found out I was allergic to that shit. My boss's boss called everyone in our department in for a meeting specifically just to give everyone peach cobbler.
How to give everyone droops.
Yeah, and I was like, well, fuck. So I just ate like a tiny slice and then ate all their ice cream.
Coffee is a droop?
Fuck, is it?
Some flowering plants that produce droops are coffee.
Damn.
But I mean, you're not allergic to coffee.
What if I am?
Why? Well, I mean, what makes you say that now?
I don't know.
You drink coffee like all day.
Yeah.
Like what? How do you react to how does this new like allergy kind of manifest? Like how do you react to the fucking shit when you have it?
Usually it hurts my stomach a little bit.
Just swell up or at all?
I might get a little itchy in the hands and face.
Okay.
And then just like my mouth and throat kind of swell up and or itch a little bit depending on how much I've ingested.
Okay.
But really, like half of those symptoms are already just what coffee does normally. It's like, oh, it makes your stomach hurt and you shit a bunch, and then you're kind of jittery and anxious.
But it doesn't like swallow. It doesn't like close up your throat at all.
Yeah, I'm not swelling up or anything. Maybe it's because I burn the hell out of my coffee anyway. So
I
it,
wonder why.
Cooks it out. Fuck, I better not get allergic to coffee. I'll be so mad.
Yeah,
I think that's when I would just give up.
That would ruin it.
Yeah.
That would ruin it for you, huh?
Yeah, because then what am I going to start?
Well, I mean, do you drink coffee for like the taste though?
You
actually like it for the
now,
taste, or
yeah?
Because I mean, I always thought the taste of coffee was just really just the cream and sugar that I just dumped into it for like the longest time. That's how you would have your coffee when you first actually drink it, because it's still too bitter for like nubile young tongues. So I would just dump however much cream I can in there and however much sugar I can get away with, and just kind of have like a really sweet milkshake almost.
There you go. Yeah, I don't remember when I made the transition, but I just remember like
the coffee flavor is really good. I mean, but when it's just like the black bitter stuff, like it's still like an acquired taste.
Well, yeah, I mean that's coffee. It's bitter and bean water. I remember I used to drink mochas a bunch.
I still do. I love them. I love mochas.
Because I would drink coffee when I would go to like the mall with my dad. Like we would just go to the mall to just fuck around, because it's like, why stay inside when we could just go fuck around at the mall?
Your dad was single at this point, right?
Yeah. So we would just go hang out.
What dads do.
Hang out go get a mocha at Starbucks and walk around.
Yeah. Did you ever buy like copies of like famous art pieces from like from the bookstore in those malls?
No.
No. Okay, just me. My dad.
Just buying.
We had Starry Night. We had like one of the Picasso, weird. What's the word for it? It's like weird cubist paintings or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It was like fucking.
My dad did buy like what is it? Like old farmhouse paint, like paint and drawings and stuff. It's just like,
but it's just like a photocopy of it, just like framed and made bigger.
I think so.
It has like bad like resolution. It's like a fucking JPEG. It's a shitty JPEG, and it's bordered, and it says like the title of the piece. It's like the least like art, the least fucking expressive way to show like the art piece.
It's like one of them was a printout of that art piece. The other one was a printout of just like a Kathy comic.
Yeah,
both framed, equal height.
Yeah, because like it's not even like. It can't even. It's definitely not like the original or anything like that. But it's not even like close to what the original like what. Like it's not like a hand painted thing. It's not like somebody like an artist.
It's like a printing.
Yeah, it's a fucking printout. It's not like someone actually painted it again. Put it on for sale.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about like printed art, like hand art. Because
at that point, if it's a famous piece by a famous artist and you're just printing it out, that's just like graphic design at that point.
It's true.
It's just like you can print on a t-shirt and frame that.
But don't some artists do just printouts?
Yeah, I mean that's like what's the term for it? It's like more like that Andy Warhol shit, like that pop art or whatever.
That's true. The stuff that's
what that is.
Flat anyway. Mm-hmm. Or just like
a lot of like graphical 2D art, nowadays isn't, you probably wouldn't see it in a museum or anything like that. It's just probably saved on some hard drive or something.
And I guess there's a lot of digital artists now anyway, so it's not, you can't get a physical copy.
Yeah.
But man, some of that shit is dope. Like that landscape guy,
like
something
like actual art.
Yeah.
Like an actual painting? Like, have you ever been to like a museum and just stared at fucking paintings?
Yeah, but at a certain point, I just don't give a shit about paintings.
No, yeah. I don't either. There was like a period of my life where like that was all my mom wanted to take us to. It was like art museums. It's like we just spent a lot of time just fucking like looking at paintings.
I had to do that for English classes. We had to do acrostic things, which is go look at an art and then see what words it inspires out of you.
Huh.
Yeah, I just ended up because we were looking at fucking shitty landscape stuff in South Dakota. You know, like it wasn't. Well, I didn't like it. I didn't care that much about it. So
I mean, like how many? It's all like landscapes of just the Midwest or something.
yeah, it was
Is
just a
that all it
fuckload of different Midwestern
was?
landscapes.
Yeah, like how many words does that evoke? How many emotions can that fucking
I
well up in you?
So many people were all writing about the beauty of their hometowns and how the plains reminded them of certain shit, and I just couldn't because I was like, I'm not from here. I don't give a shit about rolling hills. Like, it's cool, but also like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Every place has a geographic signifier of some sort. Rio de Janeiro has a giant Jesus. Washington has Mount St. Helens.
South Dakota
and South Dakota has some land.
Sioux Falls.
Yeah, it has
Just
some,
the actual waterfall.
some hills that just keep on going.
Yeah.
So
How big are those falls anyway?
No, it's like
like
not anything.
Like 8 feet or something like that.
Yeah, Sioux Falls' actual falls are to real waterfalls what like the kid roller coaster that's just a dragon on like a Pringle is to real like Six Flag roller coasters.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like some rocks with some water going down them, and they're frothy and gross.
Yeah.
It is nothing to marvel at. Sorry, everyone from South Dakota that thinks that that's what water is supposed to look like. Sometimes water can be blue when farmers aren't draining their sewage into it.
Shit, is that what they fucking think water looks like?
Yeah, they don't know. They swim in those lakes, and I refuse to because I'm like, you guys smell this lake, right? You shouldn't be able to smell a fucking lake like this. Ugh.
Yeah, it's just gross.
Yeah, I'm not into it. I'm not into lakes that have a fuckload of spongy shit at the bottom that touches my toes. I always feel like it's a weird irrational fear, but I always feel like whenever I feel it's not
Moss?
seaweed, but yeah, it's like a bunch
moss and
of
algae.
like the moss shit down there on my
squishy
feet.
stuff.
I feel like a skeleton arm is gonna come and grab my leg.
Yeah, it just feels really slimy and
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to like lose your footing on like just even like shallow rivers. Like
Yeah.
I don't see like a whole lot of like algae or like real plant growth in the fucking Truckee or whatever, but
I think it gets too cold for that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
probably.
shit about water. Fuck. Yeah, I gotta reformulate like what I want out of this life.
yeah, where are you at
So
right now?
I don't know what I know anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what I know. The stuff that I do know about, I don't know.
You think
I'm
you
not
know
even
you
sure.
think you know everything, but then fucking life goes and jukes you out, and
It's always-
crosses you over,
Yeah,
breaks
always-
your ankles.
I always get crossed up by life, just laying on the ground while all of life's friends are like, "Oh shit!"
Dunked right on your balls.
Yeah, and then they steal my Jordans.
Yeah. No one really knows what the fuck's going on or what they're doing with themselves. It's just they lie to themselves and go to the bar.
Well, yeah, but at a certain point, that becomes tedious.
Yeah.
Like
But
that's also
that's
like
kind of all the life would be, though.
But that's also a great platitude to say that nothing means anything, so get drunk. But also, that's useless. That does nothing,
Yeah.
and then you die.
yeah.
So it's like,
Well,
we
the point,
gotta
like,
do
those-
stuff.
Yeah. Well, the people saying that, they kind of, it feels like they might have exhausted all those possibilities, I guess. And that's why that's their attitude, which is like, I can respect that, I guess.
I can't.
But like when it's like someone who's like our age saying that shit, it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like most
go
of the
make
time.
something.
Most of the time, people have read Bukowski and they think that that's enough, and so they're like, "Yeah, life is dark and meaningless. I should just go do heroin. Shit doesn't mean anything." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, but what have you done?"
Yeah.
And usually the answer's nothing.
Heroin.
God, most of the people I know don't even have enough, I don't know, stick-to-itiveness to actually go do heroin.
Hey.
At
Well,
least
not the heroin. The
you
stick-to-itiveness is a word that I haven't heard in a while. It's kind of like the tamarind.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just saying that there's not enough people that want to do stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just always my problem, is like, no one wants to, like, do a thing.
Yeah. Well, it's fucked up. It's like now that quarantines and like there's like it's really hard to like feel safe when you go outside and in like public spaces. But like this is the time I really wanted to like try and do more shit.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. It sucks. I don't know why I had to, do that to myself. But whatever. kind of live and learn. A couple year, maybe, hopefully, a few more months of it, just whatever the fuck happens. But
I feel like Reno just doesn't give a shit. Like everything's pretty much open by now.
At this point, yeah. I mean, the cases here are still kind of, I don't know. Would you say it's on the low side? I mean, it's almost
they're
2,000.
not reporting shit. Yeah,
it's like 2,000 almost, and that's not accounting like all the tests. I mean, people are going in and getting their tests and everything. And
do we even have tests people can still get?
Last time I checked, it was like apparently free. You can go and get it if you want to. They don't have the whole requirement of like, are you exhibiting all the symptoms?
Yeah,
and then we'll call you in for it. You can just kind of go up and just do it.
That's kind of nice. Because from what I heard, it was just like, and you can't get one anyway. Have fun being out in the world.
I mean, there's still like all the issues with like how like the veracity of some of those tests too, because you can just have like a false positive or something like that, or have it and then it comes out negative for whatever reason.
So it's like a dollar store pregnancy test.
I don't know exactly how
you might need 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. However we're doing it is just not. It's the most. It's just like it's the worst one. You can probably do. It's like the cheapest, I think.
I mean, that tracks with how Reno just charts in general.
I mean, just in this country, I guess.
Yeah, on just like education and humanitarian efforts and just everything.
Morals and understanding and empathy. We're pretty much the last in that, too.
We're like a C- student, just getting by. Like, we're not failing like fucking Flint, Michigan, but we are hanging out with them too much. Whereas our mother Las Vegas is always like, they're a bad influence, but then they're actually also
mostly open too.
Yeah. I mean, I just love that Vegas's mayor was like, fuck it, everyone die, get out there, do it.
No, that's how people kind of are.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to people like in like the last couple of weeks who are just like think that same way. It's like, just fuck it, just let everyone die. Or like, if it's my time to die, it's time to die.
I mean, at this point, that's what we ended up at. Like, everyone in this generation was already pretty set on dying anyway. Yeah, it's not like anyone signed up to be in war, so we have to figure out a different creative way to die. And so it's the problems of excess in a generation that wasn't built to last.
Yeah, that's why I went out on Saturday. Fuck it.
To die?
No, just like be around people, I think.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Went to go hang out with Tiny because he was having a little like birthday barbecue situation.
Oh, nice.
I went and ate all his food.
Nice.
Stared at a tortoise.
That's fucking cool. He has a tortoise?
Apparently.
Oh, what?
It's just hanging out in the backyard. In a hole.
In a hole in the
backyard. It had like a little situation.
I'm sure it's not just like a rock that just has like a vaguely tortoise-like shell.
That's what I thought. I didn't see it move the whole time.
Yeah.
I was just assuming.
Tortoises are notorious for not moving very much.
Fucking lazy bastards. There's fucking millennial turtle. Fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, let's see.
How's Tiny doing? He's all right?
He's alive still, which is good. He hasn't slipped into a coma recently. I don't think so.
Is he just like on disability now?
I don't know.
Unemployment.
That's fucking. It's a whole mess. But he is alive, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
For now. We'll see how far that gets you for a while.
And that turned very negative all of a sudden.
There's not much positive happening right now. There's a lot of neutral things happening and a lot of bad things happening.
Mostly neutral, I guess.
That's all. Sometimes
like
it's nice to just neutral out for a day.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. Making neutrality, taking stuff.
Yeah, make some bread today.
Stuff.
Is that what you're working on right now?
Yeah, but it's going to take like a whole fucking day. So it's going to proof.
You doing the sourdough still?
Nah, this one's it does use sourdough, but it's a different brioche situation. So it's like an enriched dough with a bunch of other shit in it. So it has to proof.
Is it going to be like this kind of heavy, crusty rind kind of situation? Going to be a softer bread?
Yeah, nice soft thing. Hopefully, I don't know. I never.
Do you need to take that hour to proof it just so it can like be soft like that, or?
Oh, it's got to proof for 6 hours, and then it's got to overnight ferment in the fridge.
Oh, and that's how you get the kind of soft brioche kind of texture.
Yeah, I guess most of the texture is just from the ingredients in it.
Oh,
and then the proofing and fermenting is just to make sure to get the even crumb and the proteins all sequenced.
Cool.
Man, bread's fucking weird.
Yeah. I haven't made it yet.
It's tedious.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I really should
thought you
read a
enjoyed-
recipe.
No, but you enjoy it, don't you?
Yeah,
You get like some satisfaction out of just like fucking kneading dough.
you get to have bread at the end, and that's pretty dope.
Yeah, bro's pretty. Yeah, that's sick. You got someone to share it with? That's fucking rad too.
Yeah, I really want to I want to be able to be good at like a few different breads because I feel like I'm good at 2 of them.
Most of the sourdough and the milk bread.
I can do the sourdough. I can do the milk bread. I used to be good at a focaccia, but I don't know if I have it anymore. I gotta try it again.
That's like that one. Like it kind of looks like a fucking comforter, right?
Yeah, it's like the flat Italian one that you're supposed to dimple up and dump olive oil in.
It's got like all those like little specks and herbs and everything in it.
Yeah, you can put. Oh fuck, having a bunch of garlic and oregano on top is so dank.
I know that shit.
Oh fuck.
My stepdad made a bunch one time. He was the bread maker. He would make the bread, just like a lot of like fucking glazed buns or whatever.
There you go. That's something. Oh fuck, I used to have a good dinner roll recipe.
Yeah, dinner rolls. That's what it was.
I might try to get that back up because that's easy. That's nice and easy. It's only like a nice 40-minute situation.
Yeah, it's like yeast, water, flour, and some sugar, I guess.
Yeah, it's not supposed to take fucking
That's
6
it.
hours.
And that's it. And then you just like knead it out and fucking bake it or whatever.
I need to stop starting at the complex things and get better at simple stuff. Because that's, people can be impressed by anything.
Yeah. I mean, I thought like when I was doing like my baking and shit and like sharing with people, like they were just impressed that I just fucking did it.
Yeah, I mean that's
like coming into it was like
half the battle.
No prior knowledge. Like I don't even know like how to like. I just followed a recipe. That was it. Like that's how I look at it. It's not like I'm doing anything from scratch, from like my own like memory banks. It's just all It's already been pre-made. It's been proven to like taste good and be a biscuit or be a cookie or something like that, and just try not to fuck it up.
Yeah, but I guess that's where like
don't go too outside the lines or anything. So
like every recipe exists already. Like that's the way I think of it.
Yeah,
and so it's just like
you're not really like breaking a whole lot of ground.
Yeah,
unless
so
you're like a professional chef.
Yeah, so whenever I'm making a bread, all I can think is like, no matter what, like someone's already made this.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I do to it, like it's gonna be this bread right here.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens. So I guess that's why I kind of like the idea of ratios and stuff. So you can like hydrate in certain percentages and then end up with a finished product. I don't know.
Does that change like the end result though?
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's like different styles of bread is really just different ratios of flour to fat to whatever hydration you use.
It's all like a gluten thing too, right?
Yeah, which is really kind of a metaphor for the world.
Huh. It's all just a balancing act, temperature and time, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah. Is that how people reach enlightenment?
Nah. Enlightenment's, I don't know. I'm too stupid to really like know anything about like metaphysical bullshit.
Why don't you just get smarter?
I've been trying to read books again. And let me tell you, man, it's just hard to concentrate and want to do it.
So don't read books.
Yeah, I just won't read the books.
Just do other stuff.
Yeah, playing guitar.
Yeah,
playing music.
That's why I don't know. I don't know if it's enlightenment or what, but the idea of like, I guess mastering a certain thing, because kind of like everything is the fucking same. Like at the end of the day, all the shit, no matter what, the skills maybe don't translate, but the techniques and the ideals to execute a certain thing do. Mm-hmm. So like the same way that fucking the best comics also get to get away with being philosophers.
Yeah, without having like any like English degree.
Yeah,
because any kind of like writing degree.
Yeah, because you just reach a certain point of mastery in a thing that those skills translate.
Yeah, it's different.
And waterfall down to a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, it's different person to person too.
Yeah.
How long that mastery takes, and the path that it takes to reach it.
So like, I don't know, like the guy that mastered the fucking soba noodle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in a sense, has he reached a point of enlightenment through soba noodles?
I mean, if you just look at the result of all that work, the result being the soba noodles, then yes. But I mean, we don't know if he like beats his wife or something, you know? Like that's the other thing. It's like what kind of it's a professional enlightenment that he's reached. He's like a master at like a craft or something, you know? It doesn't mean like he's good at relationships or even good at like being a dad even, you know?
Yeah, like Jackie Chan.
Yeah, like Jackie Chan's a piece of shit kind of dad, but
Yeah.
but he's like super good at the art of comedy fighting. Like that's his mastery.
God, I loved that interview that he had to do with his son. And his son was just like, yeah, my dad is Jackie Chan, but apparently so is everyone else's.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, he's really digging into him. Yeah. But I guess...
was he like making fun of Jackie Chan for like being like an adulterer or something like that?
No,
like
just...
having like a bunch of illegitimate children?
Just like not paying attention to his own child.
Oh, yeah,
He's just saying like, yeah, you were too busy being an inspiration to everyone else. You weren't an inspiration to me.
Yeah.
Your fucking child.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. So... I guess he's
Jackie
a master
Chan,
of that.
I mean, I hope Jackie Chan Jr. finds something he can be a master in. Find that inner enlightenment.
Yeah.
It's all just like self-satisfaction at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know if there's like an enlightenment of like, oh, I understand the world, or it was like, or like the Zen Buddhist kind of way of like enlightenment of just like accepting, you know, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or not like it's not that like you have like an empty mind or something like that, or like you're not like you're just acknowledge everything that's in your brain and like not letting it kind of affect you as much.
Yeah, I guess that's one of those meditation things that's just like it'll all happen and you just have to process it and learn to let it go. But
I forgot the fucking quote from the book I'm reading right now, but it's not the absence of it's not the presence of nothing, it's like the absence of I'm just gonna butcher it at this point. It's something.
It's not the absence of thought. It's
it's being present and conscious of everything.
Yeah, receiving,
being more conscious of what it is that you're doing and your way of like thinking. You know.
Yeah.
It's not that like you're choosing to ignore it, or it's like your brain's just like a void. It's that you're so conscious of like what you're doing and how you're doing it and what you're saying and you know the people in your life and all that it's like the presence of everything, essentially. You know, it's not like the absence of anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll read more tonight, and I'll write a report or something on it. That's what I've been doing with like a friend, just like a book club kind of thing. It's like reading like this because she's like a therapist, and she's like been like just kind of helping me on her own time, really.
Nice.
Just with my own bullshit, because like I just like being like a little victim a lot of the time whenever I text them. So they sent me this book called like Receiving Love, or they didn't send it, I just bought it or whatever. So I'm just like reading it through with them, and then whenever they get the time, like outside of their work and personal life, to like just like
processing,
Zoom,
kind of like life coaching,
Zoom meeting, and just like kind of touch base on some of the themes of it and how it relates to me and all that, and how it relates to each other. What is going on?
God damn it, Butters!
There's a new cat.
Oh yeah, cat update. Regular cat sleeps outside again
At the moment.
She doesn't want to come back in yet. The Butters is an indoor cat, and he likes to rule the indoors.
Yeah.
And then Frodo's just a fucking dog, so he is a dog about stuff, and Cat is not into fast things that get real close to her. So they are not friends. But she still hops up in the window and makes them flip out in the morning sometimes, and I try to leave food and water out for her so she comes around. And she's been coming around still, which is good. Nice cat update. What is it? Chicken update. New coop is done. Not done. I still have to get the roost and the actual coop situation in there, but they got the whole chicken run.
What are you doing with it? I mean, what are you planning for the roost? You just like gotta go in. Are you gonna just like repurpose all that scrap wood and try and like build something out of that, or just get a whole new thing?
I might get a whole new thing, or if anything, I just got to build a little A-frame or something, because I can't make it a flat one like I did before, because the chickens are smart enough to jump on top of a flat thing and then jump over the chicken wire, which they already did when I set just like that plank of wood down to give them shade. They immediately escaped.
Dang.
So I got to figure out what to do with them on that end, but those fucking chickens. That's what I get for not clipping their wings. I tried to be nice, and now they can fly a little bit.
Oh, they can't really.
Yeah, not like
they can't like take off from the ground or anything.
no, but
They get up high enough, you know.
yeah, they can like they got hops, and then they can stay up in the air, but they're flapping pretty well.
Yeah. If I grabbed one, held it over my head, and jumped off the roof, do you think I can like kind of get some distance out of that?
I think if you had 2 in each hand, you might be able to get like an extra 10 feet of distance.
Thinking of like an Ocarina of Time type situation where you like grab the chickens and like you jump off and they kind of you hover a little bit.
There you go. Or you could just do like a Hey Arnold Pigeon Man situation, have a jacket with the chickens are tethered to, and then you could then reach enlightenment through that.
Yeah.
Unlike Jackie Chan, who's a bad father.
Yeah. What has he done with chickens?
I don't know if he's actually done anything with chickens.
Like any movies? He's done any movies with chickens?
I mean, he was in Kung Fu Panda. That didn't have any chickens, though.
It didn't? Oh, it had ducks.
It had a duck. Or like a goose. Whatever that guy's dad was.
It was a chick or a duck.
Some sort of fowl.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Kung Fu Panda's dope. Guys, go watch Kung Fu Panda 1 through 3.
You should be Kung Fu Panda for Halloween.
God, that would be a good costume.
Yeah. Just paint your body again.
Oh, fuck.
Just
I am not doing another body
just
paint.
Fucking do like one of those Kirigumi suits or whatever. The fucking body suits, essentially. Like you like sleep in. They're kind of like vaguely animal shaped.
I
like a panda one.
I keep thinking of things that I could do for Halloween, or just as like, like using my size to the advantage of a costume. But all the ones that I would want to do are way too complex, or like they're just straight up suits of armor.
Yeah.
Because with my size, I could be
Basically
the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Basically cosplaying.
Yeah, it would be cosplay, because I could be the mountain from Game of Thrones with his intricate-ass gold armor.
That's not fun.
Or I could be, Alphonse from fucking Full Metal Alchemist in his giant suit of armor.
Yeah.
What else is there? It's mostly just dudes in giant suits of armor. And if not, then they're fucking shirtless and buff as shit. And I'm like, I don't want to have to...
Take off my shirt.
Yeah, I don't want to be shirtless again. It's a terrible way to have Halloween, because it's always cold as shit.
Why not subvert that expectation? Why not try as like a small character?
Like I just dress up as Sailor Moon.
Yeah, dress up as like just fucking whatever. Take whatever collection of shirts and like jackets you got, and like see if you can just like match it up to like whatever the fucking Lost Boys wore or whatever.
Yes.
Just do that.
That's a good idea. I'm just gonna fucking.
That's what I did for Halloween last year.
Regular costume.
Whatever fucking wrestler I was, just have the shirt and just have another shirt over it. What do you want, baby?
Butters, what?
What is it, honey? Sweetums? What is it? Don't scratch me, please.
Butters, you needy motherfucker.
You want a sweetheart.
What, are you closed out of the bedroom and you're just jealous now? Yeah. This fucking
Put a little tender paw on my shoulder, my arm.
Yep,
right there.
he just wants love. That's what he wants.
You want some love?
Desperate little bastard.
I'll pet you. Are you receptive to it? I thought you hated me, my guts.
He kind of hates everyone until he wants affection or just food in general.
Punk ass bitch.
And then he's just
That's
like,
all.
yeah.
I mean, that's all cats though. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? Hi.
These fucking cats.
As long as you're not scratching me, I don't mind. You're putting your paw on my arm.
Fuck.
But I will take you down and put you in a chokehold. Just know that.
Choke that cat out?
I'm gonna choke that cat and put him in a full Nelson.
All right, that's enough fucking podcast. I don't have anything else to talk about, really.
Oh, I'm glad I popped in. Sorry, I got the message a little late. I was too busy working out.
There you go. Yeah, fuck. I need to actually plan the podcast again. Let's see.
That's a good little filler one you can throw up.
Yeah, it's just a little update one so people know what's going on.
Not really funny or anything, but whatever.
Fuck it.
A good 60% of these aren't funny anyways.
Yeah, that's.
And those are most of the ones that Sam's on.
Yeah, fuck you, Sam. Who needs to be funny all the time? But if you want to be funny, you can go to Coffee and Comics on Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
Starting up the open mic again, everybody.
Or the day of this podcast.
Yeah, the day this comes out. Come on down to Coffee and Comics.
Check it out.
I pushed it out by 30 minutes now. Sign-ups are at 7. Show will start 7:30-ish. We'll see. I've only got 8 spots on it.
You pushed it up, you mean?
Yeah, I pushed it up.
Do they need to close early?
Nah,
because of the virus, or
I'm pretty sure in the very least they don't need to close till 10 or something. I just wanted to push it later so it could be a little darker. I mean, it's probably not even going to be dark till like 8 o'clock anyway.
No,
but
it'll be light out all night.
Fuck it. And I'll still just do it. And I'll put 8 spots, give people more time, because I just wanted to reduce the amount of mouths that touch the fucking microphone that I have to use.
Can you, are they going to let you use wipes, or are you going to bring wipes?
I'm going to bring wipes.
Yeah.
I'm not chancing it.
Yeah.
These dirty ass comics.
That's fair. Because they're not going to wear masks.
No.
Not the comics.
No. I might. Just
I will.
To
No, I always will.
deal with it.
I've been constantly wearing my mask out. I don't give a shit. You know, like, no one really gives me a hard time of it, you know, even though like we have like that, you know, kind of libertarian kind of swing in most large white men in this fucking town.
Yeah.
They don't like hassle me about it, you know. They're not like, cause I'm not like trying to push them to like wear their stupid mask.
But also at the end of the day, they're wrong.
Yeah, I'm just staying like as far away from them as possible, you know.
It would be like somebody being like, "What? You're not drunk driving tonight?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Well, why are you complaining?"
That's
What?
like when I was out on Saturday too, like the bars that like I would normally frequent, like the Elbow Room, Jubs, like no one there was really wearing masks either, you know.
Yeah.
Which is fucking kind of, I don't know how to feel about that. Like I was the one there with them.
Yeah, it's weird that the people that usually don't have health insurance are the ones that are just fucking.
Yeah, like they're just chancing it. I guess
they're just leaving it up to fate, which is
they're also
fine,
the ones like,
I
but
guess.
they're also like the people who are like you would take as like somewhat scientifically literate, you know, like they're for like they all share like I love fucking science posts and shit, but like then they don't like listen to like doctors and fucking.
I also think it's
crazy,
probably
like
because most of them just fucking live together.
Yeah, it's also crazy, just like the, you know, they just how much like that middle section of the Venn diagram is for like just like the blue collar worker in this town, and just like the, you know, like the punk kind of crew that we have here. It's like they kind of believe the same things when you get down to it.
Yeah,
just they're just like kind of different on social issues and civil issues and stuff.
It's kind
but
of
like when it comes to like trying to not infect as many people in like a pandemic, you know,
they're all just saying fuck it.
Yeah.
These fucking people.
We're all doing blue off the same asshole.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. What media are you into, Austin? You feeling anything right now?
You know what's have you heard of Wonder Shows? You've heard of that?
Yes.
Thing? Yes.
I used to love watching the pirated episode that was the pilot on the internet of them at the hot dog factory.
Yeah, I was like watching clips of it because like they did like I don't know what the website was. Might have been like a Vice article or something like that. Mm-hmm. They were just like doing like a retrospective, you know, like being 20 years out now from that fucking show, or about 10 or 15 years since that show came out, and just like kind of saying how it's like the very, you know, basic kind of revolutionary kind of like forward thinking kind of show, like kind of subversive for its time. Yeah,
I'd say I mean, I guess we've kind of reverted again, but I'd say it's still subversive for now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It's like it's still relevant today with like the kind of humor it was trying to pull in like 2005 or whatever, just on like the second MTV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to classify abstract and dark, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like supposed to be like, it's designed like a kid's show with all these different animation styles. It's like a Sesame Street type deal. It's like a variety show, but for kids. But the themes that they kind of like poke fun at are like kids going on the street asking like these Wall Street guys questions and saying like, "Who did you exploit today?" Yeah. That was like what they would be asking, and like a fucking He-Man parody where it's like a Hebrew guy who can turn into like a big black dude.
Fuck.
It's fucking amazing, that show. I think the guys who went on from that show went on to do like that Renegade Angel thing, and what else? They did some other fucking crazy ass shit for like Adult Swim or whatever. But
all those weird like infomercial things.
I don't know if that's the infomercial things, but the Renegade Angel thing was like kind of taking what Wonder Chosen was, but trying to like poke fun at like the whole like new age kind of hippie, you know, burner kind of movements of like these faux spiritual types, like saying it's, you know, trying to find their inner oneness, but it's all like the selfish kind of ego grab.
That's fucking cult leaders.
Kind of, yeah. It's that show's also funny too. It's just weird as fuck. What other media have I been into? I watched that fucking that Song of the Sea movie about a week ago.
Who's that by?
So I think it was produced by like, it's like this Canadian, Irish, French production house, Cartoon Saloon or something like that. They did Secret of Kells, and they also did this kids WB show called Skunk Fu, which I know of. I don't know why I know so much about it, but they did this Song of the Sea. It's like super. It's like the tropey kind of magic in a modern world type of deal, but with like Irish folklore, you know?
Nice.
So it's pretty fucking dope. Beautifully animated, you know, about a boy, like a little, you know, brother and sister, kind of like. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, everyone, check it out.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Song of the South, like not Song of the South.
Yeah,
Song of the Sea.
not Song of the
Not Song
South.
do not
watch
If there's
that.
one thing I can unplug, an anti-plug here, it's Song of the South.
Put it
Do
back in the
not-
Disney vault.
Do not watch Song of the South. Go into the vault of Netflix and watch Song of the Sea. It's a beautifully animated Irish movie. Brendan Gleeson's in it. They even have like a version of it where it's like so there's like an English version, but there's also like a, you know, a Celtic
Yeah,
version
like
where like
in Gaelic.
yeah, and the Gaelic speak, and like Brendan
Sweet.
Gleeson does both the English and the Gaelic,
Dude,
which
fuck
is cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so super rad. There's that. Music wise, just the new Run the Jewels.
Ooh,
A lot of
yeah.
that.
RTJ4.
Who's that one guy I was listening to? Bomb the Music Industry a little bit. I was listening to them. And then that, I think the dude from that band, Jeff Rosenstock, put out an album.
Yeah.
Listened to that. Enjoyed most of it. There's one other. Oh, Bully put out a new single. That band Bully. You heard of them?
Nope.
Dang, check them out. Let me check out.
Yeah.
So
Pull up
Bully-
that Spotify.
Yeah.
I haven't been feeling much music lately. I think the only new thing that I listened to was RTJ4. So yeah.
RTJ fucking 4 right now. Just putting that on all the time. There's a lot of music from like this year that I never really got to like talk about. Mainly because when I listen to like a new band or like an artist I like and I listen to their full album, like I only end up like maybe enjoying one or two songs.
Yeah.
And then saving it for like a playlist. But the RTJ is definitely on there. Where to Start is the name of the Bully song. Check that out. I just like Bully. It's a good band.
Sweet.
Because they also did some covers. They put out a cover of Turn to Hate by Orville Peck. And
Oh.
they so the girl in the band Bully, she's like a huge like student of like Steve Albini and like the whole like alt 90, like mid to early 90s kind of thing. So she's like super big on like grunge, I guess.
Yeah. Like
She's worked with him. She's like a student of his too. I think he produced like
big,
their
weird,
album.
natural sounds and just like letting the studio and your feelings
Yeah.
decide where the song's going to head.
Yeah, this song isn't kind of that, but there's like their first EP, which is more of that kind of natural raw sound, which I really enjoyed. But they put out this new single, Where to Start, and yeah, they covered About a Girl and Turn to Hate. And those are fun songs too. Favorite of those podcasts? I've kind of stopped listening to podcasts just at the moment because I'm not like at work anymore, and I don't want to like listen to a podcast and like just sit around and do nothing. I need to like be out.
Yeah, I've been struggling to listen to podcasts. Like I'll fire one up, I'll listen to like 15 minutes of it, and then I'll just check it off. I'm like,
I mean,
there's
outside of
nothing.
like All Fantasy Everything, it's hard to like find one that's kind of focused on something right now, just because of how ubiquitous this whole world of crisis kind of is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same thing with this podcast. That's why it might turn off. I mean, besides just our voices turning them off, the whole fact that it's just the last couple of weeks of doing this just been talking about what's new with you. It's fucking, we can't go out
shit's
because
bad.
outside's poison still. Fucking, I can't, hug people as much as I want to.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It
why I didn't
sucks.
fucking do it for like a month. What was it, 4 or 5 weeks?
That's
I
why
don't
you
fucking
got. That's why you
remember.
got a girlfriend to extra hug.
Yep. That's why I was just like, let's import one. Let's bring
Yeah.
one here.
Just bring one in. And just clear her. She's safe. She's good.
It's like, yep, this one tested out.
Yeah.
It works. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I don't know if any media. I've just been watching Funhouse TV pretty much because
Almost
I
nonstop.
don't feel like making decisions, so I'll just toss that on. Oh, you know what? I have been watching a bunch of weird like creepypasta YouTube shit.
I kind of got into that last night.
Yeah,
after.
yeah. That's been kind of fun. There's a guy called Nexpo, Nexpo. He goes into he analyzes other people's shit. So I'm watching the analysis of like alternate reality games or YouTube horror stuff that's already done. Because then he just kind of picks the highlights of it and goes into, like how they did it. Or if they're kind of left as a mystery, he kind of analyzes those parts. So I like it because I don't then have to go invest fucking 15 hours into somebody's shittily done like YouTube thing.
Yeah.
He just picks me the best parts and tells me what it meant or what questions it still has. And I really like that. So check out
That's a good time.
Nexpo.
Hell yeah.
Because it made me stay up till like 3 a.m. last night because I got too freaked out. out.
to go to sleep, huh?
I freaked myself out a little bit too much, but it's kind of fun. Some of that YouTube horror stuff is really well done. So I'd say, guys, go down the rabbit hole. Freak yourself out. It's kind of fun. Yeah. And with that, we went past an hour, and we did it. We did it.
I was only there for like 30 minutes, I think. So.
You were in for like the first 12 minutes.
Hey, Jay, tell us what you think.
Yeah, Jay, send us a snoring voicemail.
I definitely won't share this on Facebook.